Now, don't get me wrong, I like Paul. Although we disagree on some subject matters, we do have a unified agreement on others. This one, sir, is one of our disagreements. Black people were in the Americas prior to 1492. I'm not even going to go into the Olmecs. I'm not going to go into anything other than this time frame, this era that we're talking about. I'm not even, yes, I am. I'm going to start with Mansa Musa. Now, it is chronicled that Mansa Musa's son journeyed with over 300 ships to the Americas. The only reason why this is not accepted in some circles is because he never returned to verify it with the European and North African powers. So they assumed, and in order to discredit the Mali Empire, they said that he died. Mansa Musa sent another voyage. And this is where all the ships went except one who was afraid to get into what he called the Atlantic River, which is we know today as the current that brings you into the Caribbean. He didn't do it. This is prior. So we have that. The other thing that we must look at, if you're looking at 1492, is the fact that Christopher Columbus did two things that would give, which is enough evidence to prove it. One, he ensured that he took the captains of his ship, not the captains, the navigators of his 4 ships were navigated by 4 brothers who were from Ghana, Senegal area. I think Ghana, were from Ghana, because they understood the African river, that the Atlantic River that took you to the Caribbean. They understood that. That's why he had them. Some say he also took them because they somehow knew that the dialect that would be spoken over there was similar to the Guyanese dialect. How they knew that, I don't know. That's why I don't put a lot of credit into that. But the fact is, he made sure he took those 4 brothers with him. Now, here's the most damning part against what you're saying. When Columbus got here, in his brother's journal, he wrote that when they got here, got to the Caribbean, they met tall black men who were already here, and those tall black men, the indigenous people said, yes, we have been trading. They come from across the sea, and we have been trading with them. De Soto's journals wrote the same thing, that when he got to Mexico, he saw tall black men, and the people there said that they had been trading with them who came from across the sea. Now, the other aspect is this, and this one is scientific. The gold-tipped spears that were found in Mesoamerica that predates Christopher Columbus' journey in 1492 are made of the same gold that you find in Ghana. Even in the language, Ghana means gold. In the Mesoamerican language, it was Ghanim. For some cultures, it was Ghanim, Ghananan. It was different variations of the word Ghana in Mesoamerican languages that still meant gold. And when they tested these gold spears, they matched the gold in Ghana. If that's not enough evidence that Africans traveled to the Americas, but unlike the Europeans, they went back home. Because if you follow the current goes into the Caribbean, then down the coast of South America, and then after you, right around when you get past Brazil, it hooks back over to come back to West Africa. And this is a whole circle current that you can look up and see that this is how they navigated to make this journey. Of course, that's a long ass journey. It takes about 45 days to get across on each going either way, 45 days to get across. So it's a long journey, but the trading was occurring. Mansa Musa's son more than likely made it here and could probably and possibly be the Olmecs or the Africans that became part of these Mesoamerican cultures. Because if you get here and you see everything and think about it, as a son of a father who's amidst all this wealth, you might have that thing in you that says that I need to put my stamp on the world as well and not just be under the shadow of my father. And he didn't return. Or they could have got over here and died. Could be true. They could have gotten here and lived and died, or got here and fought and died There are many different ways of things that could have happened. We don't know. But the fact is, the voyagers were sent and they did not return. I doubt if all 300 ships were decimated when Columbus only had, like, what, 4 ships? And he made it with all 4 ships? Nah, bro. 300, the numbers don't add up. But the gold tip spears and the accounts that are in the logs of different European explorers of what they saw when they got here is enough evidence to say that Africans came to the Americas before 1492. So, like all things, y'all have a great day. Remember, you got to free yourself and be yourself. Because your greatness is what? It's non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.